Hey there, White TPC. It's your boy Cosmo, the Cat Piper. Hope you're having a great day, where you find this. Just sitting out on the deck here Saturday afternoon after coffee and crochet, and did a little VR for our buddy St. David pipe. And the rain let up, so I thought I'd come out and have another pipe and do a little share pipe. So if you got something, grab a pipe you like, stuff it with something you like. Let me know down below what you're having. Let's share a pipe. Got on a prototype bucket hat that I made. Kind of like the fit, but I just used some leftover yarn. Don't think pink's quite my style. I want to do it in a retro stripe color. So I'll be looking for that hopefully in the not so distant future. Got my ENA's Phil Rivara lovat pipe shape packed. We're going to be doing some Cornell Diehl Steamworks. It's kind of impromptu share a pipe, so I realize the writing on that's backwards. But let's get it lit. Kind of my go-to summer blend this year. I'll probably have to pick some up if I can, if it comes out next year. Great Virginia blend. Got some matches. Kind of a quiet day out here. A little off and on rain, but otherwise very comfortable out. Maybe the mid 70s and the humidities went away, so great time for a pipe. Get moved a little bit closer here. Still loving my Phil Rivara pipe. Probably the best smoker I have. Delicious blend. Like I said, this is kind of impromptu, so I don't really have any topics to discuss, but I might as well have you come along for the ride. At least with this semi-inclement weather, not having a bunch of lawnmowers or dogs outside today. I've been up to a whole lot lately. Catching up on a couple shows. Just finished the 4th season of The Boys. Which was actually fitting with the current political climate. It's kind of interesting how they kind of mirror it within the series. And Boys is probably one of the best shows out there. Kind of an ultra real version of a superhero story where the superheroes are kind of ran by a corporation. The heroes are made in a lab. They're very egotistical, think they're gods. To the point where most of them are bad guys. If you haven't, it's on Prime. Go check it out. But a little disclaimer, it is a little ultra-violent. There is some, we'll say, sexual content that's very weird. It's a show that always likes to shock you in each episode. But it's been consistently solid series. And unfortunately, there's only 1 season left. And I have to wait 2 more years for the final season. Part of that because there's a spin-off series called... I forget what it's called, but it's like about a younger generation of soups. I'm probably going to go back soon and rewatch the first season of that because I never did. And they're starting to integrate some of the characters from that series into The Boys. And I know there's going to be another season of that coming out next year. So hopefully that'll be enjoyable and kind of give me my fix until the final season comes out. I'll tell you, there's crazy shit on there that you could never imagine seeing on screen, and you do. Also watching the current season of Taskmaster. Can't speak. Taskmaster New Zealand. Which I think is the 3rd season. There's also an Australia version. And then it started as a UK version. And luckily, they put all those shows up on YouTube to watch. And those shows are funny as hell. It's like 5 celebrities or comedians that compete 10 weeks, completing weird, random assigned tasks. So each week there's like 5 tasks, the first 5 or 6 tasks. First one's always a prize task, where they're supposed to bring an item for a prize for the winner of that week's episode. So like this week, for example, it was best thing on a stick. So, and then based on that, the host of the show awards them 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 points accordingly. So somebody brought a corn dog, somebody else took some like $20 bills and taped them onto a stick. And then they play back like the 4 or 5 pre-recorded tasks. Some of them may be a group task. and then do a final live one on stage in front of the studio audience. So there's a winner each week, and then there's a winner that gets a trophy at the end of the 10 weeks. I love the show because it's really interesting seeing the crazy ways people will interpret the different tasks they're assigned. And also kind of like thinking, okay, if I were participating, how would I do the task? And a lot of times they'll have a really straightforward seeming task. But if they look at the right place or think about it a little bit more, they can kind of find like a cheat that's built into it. A lot of times they'll miss it. And then after they show their results, they'll be like, well, you could have just done that and gotten it right away. And like, was it last week or two? They had a task where they had the option to do either a really simple activity. There was like 4 or 5 different activities that they had to complete. And then the last activity was to flip a coin heads 5 times in a row. But each of the little tasks along the way, you could either do something really simple, or you could do something that might take a little more time, but is maybe not unlucky. So the one was like, they had a stuffed animal, black cat, and they'd say either have the cat walk in front of you or hold it for the right of the task. A couple of them were like, walk under this ladder or put it away in the shed, which would have taken more time. So after they showed everybody how they did, a couple people took a while to get the 5 heads in a row. One person took like 84 flips, another guy took like 134 flips. And then they showed, they would have put the ladder or the umbrella away in the shed, they would have found a special double-headed coin that they could have used for the coin flip. So it might have taken another 20-30 seconds. But then you would have only had to flip a coin 5 times instead of over 100. Anyways, like I said, I really didn't have anything planned. This is kind of impromptu. I've talked about a couple things I've been watching, and don't really want to drag this on for very much longer. But glad you could share a pipe with me. I'm going to keep smoking this while I try to upload the video. And as always, thanks for watching. God bless. We'll see you soon.